Hello and welcome to My Way or the AI Way. I'm Scott Davison. I'm on a mission this year to master AI, and I'm about 2 months into this mission, and I've been experimenting with different tools, but by far the one that I'm using the most is Chat GPT. I keep coming back to it. It's a bit of a jack of all trades, and what I'm finding is that the more I use it, the better it gets. Not only do I get better understanding of it, but it's getting a better understanding of me. When you first start using these tools, it's a bit like an intern. It has very little context. And then over time, you train it up, and it's now become like a team member who knows a lot more about me. And I think that's what differentiates these tools and makes them intelligent, is that they're actually learning and improving as you use them. Now, I've spoken in previous episodes about how you can speed up that process and give it more context by improving how you prompt it. And also, I covered how you can change the settings and populate the memory so it trains ChatGPT to know more about you. So, if you want to learn more about that, if you're just getting started with ChatGPT, go back and listen to those episodes because that can really speed up this process of moving it from an intern to a team member a lot quicker. And I don't normally cover product announcements, but just a couple of weeks ago, OpenAI, the owners of ChatGPT, made an announcement that they're very excited about, which didn't seem like a big announcement at the time. They've announced that they're doing a memory upgrade so that ChatGPT will now be able to reference all of your previous chats throughout history and use those to provide better responses. As I say, it doesn't sound like a big feature upgrade. Sam Altman, CEO of ChatGPT, was very excited about this. And I think the reason is that he understands that really this is just adding more retention to the product, because the more you use it, the better it gets to know you. And that obviously makes the switching costs of going to a different product much higher as well. So I think that's why they like it. They've stated that their mission is to build AI tools that get to know you over time. And this memory upgrade just further enhances that. So I think this is all good news in that it's improving the product and making it even more powerful, but it does present a few challenges I can think of, particularly if you're using AI across different areas of life or different projects, or in my case, with different clients. You don't really want it cross-contaminating between those different projects or different clients. You want to keep things a bit departmentalized. And there's a feature I've been using for a while now on ChatGPT called projects. And I think this feature is going to be even more important now with the expanded memory, as a way to sort of group things into logical folders or departments. So I'm going to show you quickly how projects work. I'll share my screen here. If you're watching this, you'll be able to see it. If you're not watching it, if you're listening to the audio version, I'll talk you through it. It's pretty straightforward, but the projects appear in the left-hand menu, and much like a folder structure within Gmail or within Microsoft. And personally, I use folders a lot wherever I'm working. I like to have things grouped. I know some people don't. They prefer to use search functions, but these projects can be set up for different things you're working on. You could have a different project for each client, or you could have different projects for different areas of life. So in my case, I've got this folder here for everything I'm doing with the podcast, and you can see all of the chats to do with the podcast are stored under that folder. Likewise, for this client, one of my clients, Croydon Travel, again, I've set up a project folder, and all of the work that I do related to that client is stored within there. So it just gives ChatGPT a context that I'm working on that, but it also makes it easier if I need to go back and find things related to that client. Much like custom GPTs, which I spoke about last week, you can upload project files to the knowledge base of this particular project. So in this case, for the podcast, I've got an overview of what it is. I've got some formulas for different episode titles. Or if we look at Croydon Travel here, I've uploaded the business plan, I've uploaded their brand guidelines and a tone of voice document. ChatGPT can reference that when I'm working within that project, and it can write in the appropriate tone of voice for that particular client. So that's one thing you can do with projects. You can upload files that give it context. You can also add custom instructions. So you might want to say, oh, here, in this case, our target market's an older demographic, baby boomers. Avoid using emojis and slang and use British or Australian English, not US English, for that client. Maybe you've got another project or another client that's targeting a younger demographic. You can give it different instructions there. So as I say, you can have project files that it can reference, and you can also have custom instructions that it can reference. And then all of your chats related to that project can be stored or moved under that folder. And that's how it works. As I say, it's something I've been using for quite a while. I personally find it really useful, and I think it's going to be even more useful now that we have this expanded memory. Right now, currently as it stands, the projects feature is only included in the paid version, although Chat GPT have said that they intend to make it available to free users as soon as possible. It certainly wouldn't be a feature or a reason enough to upgrade. I think you'll naturally get to a point where you're using these tools where you're hitting limits and you're using it enough that you're getting enough value that you'll easily be able to justify the $30 a month fee. But for now, this feature is only available on the paid version. I expect that to change soon. So that's projects. That's how they work. That's how I'm using them. Hopefully you found that useful and you may look to use projects yourself. If you enjoyed this episode, as always, please give it a thumbs up, leave your rating and your reviews. And if you've got any questions, put them in the comments section. Thank you for joining me on this mission to learn more about AI. Until next week, I'm Scott Davison, and this is My Way or the AI Way.